I'll be calling your radical back to this epic catastrophe, salmon fucking collapse. Epic catastrophe. So, shoot the shit into space. And I'm going to talk about the academia bubble. I'm going to talk about this epic salmon collapse. And I'm going to talk about the fraud. The day of civil disobedience. Sarah's birthday is the 17th, October 17th, Million Mass March. We're anti-imperialist. I think it's irony because there's RT following behind me, and they always interview, and they always standoffish to me because they know I'm anti-imperialism. Fuck Tsar Putin. Fuck wannabe. Fuck a bee. Fuck the monarchy. Same old thing, 1916. You think about the fucking imperialists. Who are they? The Swedes? They love nuclear energy. They're imperialists. Oh, do not kid yourself. Go ask the Danes. Freaking... the Prussians have pummeled them again. What about Japan? The Chrysanthemum Empire, the imperialists. They're back, and they're wannabe useful puppets. We have every president we've had. What are you going to do? Oh, it's going to make a difference. What? Just another useful puppet? Trump wannabe. A played him, just like he played freaking dumb puppet Obama. Dumb 9/11 puppets Bushes. Brother Bandar, the Saudis are imperialists. Now they're going to go freaking nuclear, they say. The UN's meeting right now. I mean, the imperialists. Oh, climate change. What is climate change? Boiling the Earth's water. Fukushima, the greatest heat source in human history. 410 reactors boiling the Earth's water over and over. That is climate change. Up is down, black is white. So, the civil disobedience is her birthday. Sarah Elizabeth's birthday. She was always right by my side. She was always right there. She was quiet about it. You know, she'd say, Kevin, you do the work. I'm right here. I got your back on side. She would always fix it. She was the fixer. When I'm fighting in the street, we're just going at it, whatever, and these people, what's the matter with you? I mean, she was an anarchist. Do not kid yourself. She was an anarchist. She used to wear that corporate flag. She'd rip it up, that corporate freaking U.S. flag that had the McDonald's or everything. She'd burn it. She'd rip it up. She'd tear it up. So, by the way, the Million Mass March, our group, there ain't no dumb ones in it. I mean, they're anti-imperialists. They get it. There's your salmon numbers. 2015, 1.337 million. 2016, 6 point. Now this is, they went to sea in 2010. That's on the Bonneville and the Columbia. On the Chief Joseph, we have native belief systems, by the way. Almost a big group of the originalists that started. She was one of the originators. It started in Boston. I'm an American. What's revolution? I'm a butcher. What's a cow? I'm a baker. What's a cake? I'm an environmentalist. What's Fukushima? So I want to say this right here, right now. Where the fuck is Greenpeace? Where the fuck is the Sierra Club? Where is the Friends of the Earth? They're derelict scumbags. They're your problem. They are your problem. You know, you go there, I'm the Michael Jordan of the environmentalist movement. Let me show you. Oh yeah. I'll hit that shot at the buzzer. I don't care how old I am. So, I got a guy who died, his father died of leukemia just recently. So, yesterday, he came to me and he says, hey, I have the program signed by Dean Smith from Michael Jordan in 1984, his Olympic basketball when he scored 25 and 84, when they beat the shit out of the NBA players, when he was just a kid. He says, use it for your fundraisers. I'll send it to you. My father died of leukemia recently. He says, I believe in you. Oh, nice. Look at him dive. Oh, how cool. God, can they fly. So, I want to sue Greenpeace because, look, they've been in violation of the Endangered Species Act on the... Now, stay with me. I'm a Shoshone Blackfoot boy. I grew up here, freaking Idaho, sunlight running down the mountains. I grew up in wealthy grandparents and a sophisticated family. They hated these kind of people. These inherited wealth papas fuckers. They did not believe in inherited wealth. They were communists. The Mormons were 100 redistribution wealth. The Hunsaker Mill. Look it up. I'm Abraham Hunsaker the Fourth's grandson. I call my little grandson Abe the Eighth. I just dropped him off. He's really fascinated out 9/11. I want to thank JC, the book that he gave me on 9/11. So I gave it to that boy to take to school for show and tell. You know, the great poster and tells the tale of the Twin Towers and everything that was ever when they turned into this military. And we had a really great talk, me and that young boy. He was born the month that Fukushima happened. These kids get it, this young youth. I'm like, no, before that happened, that's the event that changed the world. It turned us into this military. And it wasn't all this military thing before you were born. You know, it's like Let's make America great again. Who? America Vespucci? I'll say this. The United States of America, when I grew up in the 60s and 70s, were socialist. 1945, 1979, increase in nominal wages. The working class had all the power. The average athlete in the United States made less than 3 times the average working class American. The average CEO made less than 4 times. Now it's thousands. It's imperialism. It was pretty great. I think about it growing up in the 60s and 70s in Ogden, Utah, and San Diego, California. It was pretty damn great. Those tide pools were healthy. We have some really great videos that Chris has got, Carmel Chris in the Central Coast, of all the tide pools that he's compiled, how healthy they were in 2010. We've got them. You know, we'll compare that picture that's before and after in 2015 at Egghead at Cal Berkeley. That's my work. You know, somebody broke ranks. She was killed in a car wreck. You know, sadly. So, in the name of Sarah, we're going to do this. So, the day of civil, and remember, she was an anarchist. She believed in the anarchist philosophy. Let's find her. God, I got too much stuff. I'm a one-man band, so I want to sue. She drew that. Sarah drew that. She was the fixer. I'd raise the hell, and she'd come up and say, right in their face, fighting, going at it. I remember she'd say, come here. You're an asshole, but I'll give you a hug anyway. I love you even though you're a stupid, dumb, ignorant asshole. That, you know, that doesn't mean that I don't like you. We love everybody. We're trying to fix, we're the fixers. She was the fixer. You know, we want clean air, we want clean frames. Don't you understand? This is about Canada. She'd go off on these beautiful rants. She was the shit. She's dead. So there's the salmon numbers. So I set my number at 330,000. We're at 307,000. They set their number at 2.3 million. Dying in the sea, it becomes as natural as occupying a bird refuge. Don't you think the dead Pacific Ocean is a major story? So I'm going to sue Greenpeace. I'm going to sue the Sierra Club. I'm going to sue Friends of the Earth. They always compromise, right? Fuck them. They're the problem. In violation of the endangered, there's the number. That's what we are for the year. That's in violation of the Endangered Species Act, has been for over 1,000 days now. It's Bush, it's Obama, it's Trump. That's Sarah right there. That's her right there. That's her. I don't wear the mask. I am the mask, see? I dye my goatee. You know, that's her right there. She always had the mask on, and she's always right by my side. That's her. That's our group. One of the original founding members. Boston girl. I'm a American. You need to learn to speak American. America Vespucci was a mass murderer, passed out the smallpox blankets. Map dryer who never set foot here. He never spoke the Queen's English. He spoke Italiano and Francis. Bravo, bravo, magnifico. Est-ce que vous parlez français, no? Sabio español? Sprechen Sie Deutsch? No, we're international. We love everybody of the fucking world. New World Order? No, it's old fucking. It's Babylon and evil as hell. It's called a monarchy. We're anti-imperialism. We're anti-imperialists. I care, do you? So the salmon collapsed, so we'll do your dirty work. You know, we're trying to save the earth. That's the stillhead collapse. So I'll tell the stillhead in closing. No, there's nothing to see. Fuck the Friends of the Earth. Those scumbags. Nothing to see. The salmons are dying at sea. The Pacific Ocean makes up half the earth, is just dying. Oh yeah, I'm the Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, that's when he's, what, 18. That's him. Oh, he won. Kevin Blanche, East 8 on his side. In the bone marrow transplant, given no chance to live. I don't miss. I don't miss. You don't think he'd fucking fight you? We do our best work when we're sick. That's my little boy that I just dropped off. He's in the 2nd grade now. That's when I'm fighting cancer. Remember my glasses? Paul and I put those light blue glasses together. That was Paul that did that. He's dead. He grew up in Arco, Idaho. We fight on. This fight ain't over. We take it back. Shoot the shit into space. That's Dan who took the Geiger counter into San Onofre Saturday. That's him. That's me and I together. That's at San Onofre. Not very long ago. Hands up, no nukes. Hands up. No, that's our group. You matter in your love. Free hugs. That's after she'd tell you to fuck off. She drew that. So the day of civil obedience will be the 17th. That was her birthday, October. And that wasn't my idea to organize that, but I'm going It was her idea. You know, it was Danny's, one of the great anarchists of our group. So there'll be a lot of, and I'm not an anarchist. I'm not. But they're part of our group, and so here's the rule with the Million Mass March. You don't tell anybody shut up. It's the only place you'll ever see gun-toting AK-47 dressed up in their camo, freaking, I'm gonna kill the freaking world, and some hippie crit with dyed blue, pink, yellow freaking hair, freaking, you know, 100 pounds overweight, freaking sitting there, freaking going at it, you know, the two polar opposites who are all fucked up. It's the only place on earth you'll see those two walking together, and they'll hold hands in our group. Because just, we don't care how ignorant and stupid you are, we still love you. Ignorance is no excuse, but we're going to save you. No, we're the logical one, we're the reason. We're the fixers. We're the anti-imperialists. It's not new, it's old. We fought 2 world wars over this shit. That's exactly what it is. It's imperialism. You know, the great socialist that this country was. 1940, class right here when I used to teach the number one graduate program in the country before these fucking rats hijacked it. I gotta tell this piece of shit story. If I see this guy, fucking punk. Oh, I come from Indiana. He's a young economics professor. Oh, really? You're teaching my old class, huh? You guys didn't even score in the top 500. We were number 1 in the country. And he's telling me, yeah, we need to recruit nationally. These local kids are too stupid. I looked at him and I said, are you fucking out of your mind? You want me to rattle off the local kids? Who's the greatest economist in the history of this country? Alexander Hamilton? No, Mariner Eccles. He's from here. I started rattling off people. I says, you know, you're lucky I don't beat the fuck out of you shocking shit like that. Try me. So I says, okay, tell me about Mariner. Tell me about him. He didn't know shit. So we have 5 major economic schools in this state. We have Westminster, we have LDS Business School, we have the University of UWI, all top 10. Why the fuck would they come here, you stupid? I says, you know, this is the arrogance and ignorance. They've turned academia. Academia is nothing more than junior high and high school. Kids that should have learned this stuff in junior high and high, they didn't learn it. So now they're throwing them in debt. It used to be free. When I went here, it was free. These are state. Now they bury our youth into fucking debt to try to learn high school shit because they weren't taught it. It has nothing to do with intelligence. You have to be taught. That's what this university is. It's garbage. It's garbage. And the professors are pathetic. It's disgusting. Now, come to Post-Ignorance University, Kevin Blanche, because why? I'm the Michael Jordan effect. I ain't gonna miss the shot. And you always say, oh, they need to go to college. Oh, really? Like LeBron James? Like Moses Malone? I won't stop there. Fuck, that's bullshit. Kobe Bryant, let's see, he spoke, what, 4 or 5 languages fluently. Oh, that Italian boy. His mother was a teacher. Michael Jordan's mother was a teacher. You know, well, why don't we start teaching? Why don't we fight back? So the anti-imperialist movement will be the 17th in Sarah's honor. You know, I'm fighting for my grandchildren. They were born, that boy was born in March of 2011. Oh, that kid gets it. You know, and he's like, you know, they're seeing movies now, they're seeing places. He's in the 2nd grade now. What a gem that boy is. You know. Hey, the Dragon Slayer, the demagoguery of patriotism, the demagoguery of heroism. Fuck that. Here's my to post 9/11, what they've done to our country in this Bay Area. Here's my salute to the fucking troops, to the first responders. And I like first responders and I like cops, but no, I'm talking the military-industrial complex. Here's my salute to the military. That's my salute. So the day of resistance, the day of anti-imperialism and the wannabes and the military-industrialist complex, the fucking pay the Dragon Slayer fucking looters, the same old theme, 1916, will be October 17th in the name of Sarah. It was started. The Million Mass March was started by Boston and myself here, in the streets of New York City at Washington Square, when they killed Aaron Swartz. Well, it was leading up to the 50th anniversary of the Million Man March. Sarah was like, oh, no man march. You ain't using man, it's the women. I'm like, you're right. So it was a small teeny group of us, just like the Sam Adamson group started. And it was rooted around Fukushima. It was rooted around Fukushima in the cover-up. It was rooted around Fukushima. It's the ecology, stupid. That's what started this. It was rooted around Fukushima. That's it. That's it. That's just last year. That's last year in front of Monsanto. We're going at it with them right there in front of. We take down the fucking flag and then raise the other fucking, we fly our fucking flag. I got in a lot of trouble for that last year. So, but I have a lot of cops. That's her. It's her birthday. She died tragically, suddenly. I'm heartbroken over her. Everybody is. She was the greatest. You want to talk? She was a pole swinger. Talk about a performance artist. I mean, boy, that girl was confident and proud. What killed her? Same old thing. You know what killed her. You know, these fucking corporate fucking. You think about it. There she had her Merc fucking flag. She would burn her Merc flag, and that's who killed her. She wasn't feeling well. She had some situations. So what they do? They put them on fucking oxys. They put them on these fucking pain pills. The very flag she was burning killed her. It was accidental. You know, they just don't wake up. It happens all the time here. That was her. She would go right at him. She'd have both fingers up. Fuck you, you corporate whores. In the name of her. So the 17th, it'll be the day of public disobedience. You know, mine, you know, I don't need to break the law. I don't break the law. I don't break the law. And you know what? I protect the First Amendment. It's legal to burn a flag. And there'll be a lot of flag burners. Don't kid you. These anarchists are flag burners. You know, am I going to burn the flag? We'll see. I got a really cool one fucking thing. You'll like it. You'll like it. Planned. So, that's it. Stand tuned. The Million Mass March, fuck you, Zarty. You get behind me, try to fucking co-op me. Fuck you. We're anti-Putin. We're anti-Abiy. We're anti-fucking Trump. We're anti-Obama. We're, you know, the puppets. We don't go at the puppets. You know, Trump's the puppet. Obama's the puppet, whatever. Until you take out the puppeteers. That's who we should be bowing to. The recyclers. I say it all the time. In Austria, the street sweepers. Who are the heroes? Those guys. The guys that clean up after you pigs. That guy, you know what time that guy goes to work in the morning? Oh, he's fantastic. In Austria, they're the most... I'll quote Billy Joel. Vienna. I love that fucking song, and I love Vienna, and the UN scumbags there. This old lady sweeping the street. He went to visit his father in Vienna. What the fuck? And he says, don't you know? No. These people are very useful. They're pillars of our community. The street sweepers and everything, you know, oh, no. We don't just throw them in a rest home and kill them like they did my mother. You know, General Electric. By an extended life. No, we don't do that here in freaking Europe. No. We respect our elders. They're pillars of our community. We learn from our elders. We use our wisdom. Not here fucking, we just go tour. I'm Stevie Nicks. I'm fucking, you know, Don Henley. Come pay $400 to come see us. Man, remember Stevie Nicks was all idealistic about her friend Robin Anderson dying at Arcadia. Hi. You see my... No, we respect them. We don't treat them like garbage like you do. Fucking throw them away. No. And so Billy Joe came home and he wrote that song. Vienna. All roads lead to Vienna, the old fucking empire. Mary Teresa, Mary Antoinette, Barry Antoinette, let them eat yellow cake. The greatest event in human history. Fukushima, killing the Pacific Ocean. The cover-up. The good, dumb, useful. It's eugenics, by the way. That's what it's all about. You don't believe me? Google John Holdren. Inside the Situation Room. I'm the guy. I read the transcript online. Make it so. John Holdren. He's teaching at Harvard, just like Heyman and Ortiz that killed Aaron Swartz. That's what this was started on. Aaron Swartz went into MIT and downloaded that stuff on the cover-up of Fukushima. Aaron Swartz was all about the cover-up of Fukushima. Why do you think Abiy, the Prime Minister from Japan, please allow me, the first one into the fucking White House, first one at Mar-a-Lago, first one at fucking Trump Towers? Fuck, why do you think when he came here during the Obama, Barry Antoinette, why do you think he went to MIT Media Lab? Oh, that's where Aaron Swartz is down. By the way, I know the kid who has the brick, which is legal to have the brick. But this autistic guy I know has it decoded. It's going to show up in the internet, and then you're all going to fucking freak out, just like my fucking retracted emails. When the world finds out about the cover-up of Fukushima and what they did to Kevin Blanche while he was in critical condition, fighting, what they did to Sarah, oh, they're going to fucking... I'm an American. I'm a butcher, what's a cow? I'm a baker, what's a fucking cake? I'm an environmentalist, fuck, what's Fukushima? I'm an American. What's revolution? Stay tuned.